Back so soon? Oh no, what happened?
A little incident at the dog park. We gotta head to the vet.
Oh, not again. These bills.
We can use CashNet USA. We can apply in minutes, get a fast decision, and have the money in the account as soon as the same business day. All right, Cheddar, back in the car.
When you need money fast, be the hero. All loans subject to lender approval. Speed of funding is subject to verifications and your bank's processing times. See CashNetUSA.com for more details.
You know that feeling when someone shows up for you just when you need it most? Yeah, I mean, we all need that. That's what Uber's all about. Not just a ride or dinner at your door. It's how Uber helps you show up for the moments that matter. Because showing up can turn a tough day around or make a good one even better. Whatever it is, big or small, Uber is on the way, so you can be on yours. Uber, on our way.
Everybody got to get your bitches. Gather round with your bitches. Everybody got to get your bitches. Everybody get your bitches. Balls up. Are your balls up? Everybody get your balls up. We are so excited because I'm telling you, I'm coming in hot with a brand new flavor, Berry Cherry LIMEADE. It almost seems like there's too much shoved into a little bowl.
Berry Cherry LIMEADE.
Berry Cherry LIMEADE. Why is it blue? I don't know. I don't know why it's blue. We got blue balls, everybody. Woman-owned blue balls day. Yeah, I think usually you say that a woman-owned balls are usually pretty blue.
If we're good at anything, we're good at giving blue balls.
Yeah,
I'd like a
damn
sip
right.
of that if you don't mind.
Yeah,
like
of course. CC Doll's berries are blue. Come on, you're right. There are the blue of the berries, and you are correct.
True.
But the cherry and the limeade, God, I need both hands.
Yep. Listen, welcome back to Who's the Bitch, our live stream. We have been off for a few weeks of live streaming because of random scheduling things, and now we're back. And
I don't
we're so
think
excited.
I like berry cherry limeade. I just sucked it off of my hands, and I didn't like it when I sucked it off of my hands.
Oh no, this is one of the best ones I've ever had.
You love?
I like it.
Well, I was also only
That's one of
sucking
the
it off my
best
hands.
ones I've
Let me
ever
try.
had, but I'm also a little trash bag who loves sugary sweets.
You're my perfect little trash bag, and we love you for it. Welcome, everybody, to Who's the Bitch. We have missed you guys. We haven't been around for our live show for a little bit because we had some stuff on our plate.
Yeah.
But don't worry, our plates are empty. And you should give us a call. bit.ly/LPN hotline. Go to that link and call us
Yes,
live. We want to be hearing from you.
We want to hear little stories, big stories, stories that you think are capital bitch B and little lowercase b bitch, because we want to hear all of them.
Yeah, and we know that the bitch that got into the bear's house, and she's trying out the porch, she's trying out the beds, and that bitch is the bitch. I forget, what's her name? What's a bear bitch?
Goldilocks.
Goldilocks, bear
What's
bitch.
bear bitch's name again?
Yeah,
oh,
man,
Goldilocks.
she busted in there. She fucking sucking on my porridge. How dare you?
I'm once again having a little bit of white wine with just a topper of Buzzball. And you guys know I want to keep just a Buzzball a day keeps the UTI away.
Oh my gosh, before we get into, we already got a call.
We got a
on the line.
call.
I can't wait
we
to
were
hear
gonna talk
from
about
ya.
some other shit, but
oh
we
my
got a
God,
call.
I'm excited. I miss being live. Oh gosh, we've got a call coming in from L. L, how the hell are you? You don't have to tell us your name, but I'd love to hear about the bitch in your life. Or maybe it's you.
Hi, Karen, Jackie.
Hi.
Okay, so I really have been going over this in my head for months, and I really don't know if I am the bitch.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Or if my coworkers are the bitches.
Okay.
Love this. Always love a coworker bitch conversation.
Okay, so I am a tiny human teacher.
Okay. All right, great.
So I work with 2-year-olds.
Oh my God, you have the patience of an angel.
Sometimes. So about 7 months ago, I started as a lead toddler teacher at a new center.
Hell yeah.
And I knew that it was going to be hard coming in to like a new center and with new people. And all of that. But I have really been struggling with 2 assistant teachers. So I'm going to call them Anna and Basil.
Ooh,
Anna
okay.
and
Love this.
Basil.
All right, Anna and
Okay.
Basil.
So before I came, there wasn't a lead in the room for a little while. So it was a little chaotic when I got there.
Okay.
And so I ended up having to like come in hot and like just take over.
Good for you.
And so Anna especially has been having a hard time with this. And it's been like 7 months. And she's still just, it feels like she's fighting me for control all the time.
Oh, no. But you're supposed to be in control, right? You are the head. You are the lead, in this.
teacher, yeah.
Correct.
Great.
Correct. And like, I get along really, really well with my directors and other teachers. And unfortunately, because I'm a lead, I'm in my room all the time. Like, I don't get a chance to like work with other teachers
people
in other rooms a lot.
Got that.
But these 2 girls, they make me feel like I'm in the way in my own classroom. They go behind my back and like plan stuff without me.
For your classroom?
Yes.
And you're so they're how long are they supposed to be working underneath you? Like how long are they assistant teachers for before they become their own lead teacher?
Well, you have to have certain qualifications to become a lead teacher.
So you could just be an assistant teacher for a long time if you just never do the schooling to move up, right? You could just be an assistant teacher for years if you wanted, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So they're not like working towards becoming a lead teacher, or they might be, but we don't know. So they're just like going behind your back. They're not including you. So what do you do about this? Have you talked with them about it?
Oh my gosh. I have talked with my directors multiple times. I have talked with them about it. My directors and I have sat down and talked with them about it. And it's just like nothing is getting through to her.
That's
mainly
horrible.
Wait, Anna is the main culprit, or Basil is, and Basil just does what Anna says?
Yeah, it's that. Anna is the main culprit, and then Basil just kind of follows
Anna
it.
see, Basil do.
Okay,
Or
okay.
yeah, whatever. Yeah.
And they're just like, they're like thing 1 and thing 2ing all over the place and not including you.
Correct. And like also, like I have a lot of experience. I've been doing this for like almost a decade. And these 2 girls, they don't have experience. And especially Anna, she doesn't have any experience in this field. This is her first job. And so it's like mind-boggling that she just wants to like undermine me all the time. Oh, and I forgot to mention they're both 21.
So they
explains
obviously
a lot.
know best. They
That's getting me exactly. Are they
obviously know
fresh out of
best.
school? And, you know, Hilaire says HR here. You're not the bitch, and the fact that this has been addressed many times and is still happening is not okay. And that's something that you should definitely go into more conversations, because Dynasty does bring up. It sounds like nothing will change until the director escalates it.
Yeah,
Have you-
because
have you
also-
asked for an escalation? Because I feel like every time I'm fighting with insurance on the phone, and I just keep going, escalate me, bring me to the
Yes.
escalation department. And that is the key word for him.
But you're also like, it does them no favors to think that at 21 and in your first job, you're in charge. It's not going to do them any favors at their next job. It's making everything hell for you right now at this job. So really your director needs to be stepping in here. Are you satisfied with what your director's been doing thus far?
Well, I feel like there's not really a whole ton of like options for my director because I mean, the only real option that we have would be to like take those teachers out of my room and put different teachers in my room.
Could you split them up? Someone asked this earlier in the chat. Is there a way that you could maybe, you know, if it's possibly like a mean girl type behavior, just separate them
keep
like
Basil.
you would do?
Keep Basil. Ship Anna off.
Is that a possibility for your director to do?
Yeah, that could be a possibility. I don't want to like make anybody else like come, because I'd have to like switch them with a different room. You know what I mean? So I don't want to like force another assistant teacher to like switch with Basil or Anna, and if they're happy in their room.
Yes,
you know,
and no, Polka Marie says, you're the certified teacher. They shouldn't want to lose you. Much easier to get new assistant teachers than get a new lead. I think it's time for you to start talking to your director and being a little bit more forceful, because you should be. You are working in a hostile working environment, and how are you supposed to make a safe place for 2-year-olds if you're feeling this way?
But also, like, the worldview of like of people that are like, I want to teach young children, but I also want to be a rude bitch.
Just want to be a
like,
bitch
that's
forever.
just so funny to me. Like, that doesn't feel like it's the right vibe. I mean, maybe you have to make things as annoying as possible for them. Being like, we're going to have check-ins every single day. When you think you're allowed to go home, we're actually going to sit and have a check-in, and we're going to talk about the day's events. And I'm going to tell you places where I think you did great and places where I think you overstepped. And then like, you just have to do that until you feel like the balance of power has been like restored in your favor.
It is crazy though, and I hate to even say this to you, but might I, 2025, we're trying to be 25% more of a bitch. I think you need to up your bitch here.
I've thought about that, honestly.
We're trying to encourage you. Sounds like you're not going to do it, but I feel like we are encouraging you here. Oh, and you've got to take control of this, because no one's going to do it for you.
And we've said this before to other callers, and Hilaire just pointed it out as well. Document everything, every convo.
Everything.
Go buy yourself a cute little journal with a kitten on it and write down every single thing that's going on. And, that way you can bring it to your director and be like, this is what's happening. This is what's happening.
Yes,
this isn't just like a clash of personality. This is like they're actually doing X, Y, Z. Here are concrete things they're doing that are inappropriate.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Skunk Baby does say, we will be the bitch beneath your wings.
Yes. We're here.
Let us lift you up, Elle. Let us take you. You deserve better, and you shouldn't have to deal with that. We lift you up, Elle, and we send you into the ether, because you've got this shit. You need to stand up for yourself, even if it's uncomfortable, because I know that the assisting teachers are they might not even be like meaning to do it, but if they are, they should have some consequences.
We've got, and just to like back you up so that you know, like, we've gotten other calls and emails from people that are like, my research assistant doesn't respect boundaries. My other so-and-so assistant, like, there is something about just being like young and 21, it does sound like at this point it's been pointed out to them a lot of times.
Yeah, and they're
but
not changing it.
There needs to be a consequence. I mean, I'm sure teaching 2-year-olds. You can't just keep saying what you're doing is, there has to be a consequence, at some point. And I think it's spanking. I think it's hitting.
Yeah, bring spanking back.
I think you're going to have to do it. I think they get to get a flogging in front of the kids, and that's just what's going to happen.
They're the bitch.
They're the bitch.
They're the bitch. Thank you so much for calling in, though, and let us know how it goes.
Yeah, email us and tell us what goes down. I want you to keep Basil, mold her in your own image, and send Anna to like the 3-year-olds. But also, Elle, before you go, would you confirm with me that the terrible twos is a myth and that 3 is really where the bitches are? Because that's what I think.
I completely agree.
Thank you.
3-nagers are the biggest
The
bitches.
worst. More mobile, better motor skills to just ruin your damn life. But those 2-year-olds are cute. I think terrible twos is a myth. Send Anna to the 3-year-old. That's what I say.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We love you. And also, Silent Goddess, you're looking for some confidence to call in. Call us. We're not scary. Give us a call. Give us a call. bit.ly/LPN hotline. Give us a call. Oh my God. CC Doll says, wait for 8-year-olds.
Oh God. I mean, please.
I can't even imagine. Space Brain says 2s ain't shit. It's those 3-year-olds.
3's where the bitchiness really lives. Okay.
I have a 3-7-nager, I guess, is what I've been going through. Yeah, it worked, and I won't take it back, all right? Yeah, oh God, Lyra Cupcake, preteens don't even. And welcome, Meadow69 Fairy. Thank you guys so much for giving us a call. And again, bit.ly/LPN hotline. We love hearing from you. But, maybe before we get to our next call, we could also, give a little bit of unsolicited advice.
advice.
Whoa, bitch, take it down. Oh my God.
Next Level Pet people will do anything for their dogs. That means treating them with next level protection from parasites with NexGard Plus, Afoxolaner, Moxidectin, and parental chewable tablets. NexGard Plus chews provide one and done monthly protection against fleas, ticks, heartworm disease, roundworms, and hookworms, all in a tasty beef-flavored chew. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection prior to starting a preventive. Ask your vet about NexGard Plus chews.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Oh,
wait.
do have a call.
We have a call.
Oh my God, let's
Never
hit it up.
mind.
I want to hear from you.
Unsolicited advice will be tabled. L?
Do you need us more?
Hello, can you hear me?
It's a new
different
L.
How are ya?
It's a different L, yes.
Welcome. Who's the bitch in your life? Let us tell you. And is it you? Let's find out.
It might be, but probably not.
Okay.
I'm calling in with something a little lower stakes.
Great.
But it deals with some heavier stuff, like earlier in my life, homophobia. But let me just, everyone's been redeemed. Everyone's better now. It's a redemption story, but
Wonderful.
There's just something about it that's bugging the shit out of me.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's get into it.
Yes. So I figure out that I'm bisexual, technically pan, but I'm stubborn.
Congratulations.
Pretty early on in life. And like most 90s and early 2000s kids, I don't tell my parents this information.
I understand.
My dad was pretty homophobic at the time, and my mom's kind of a judgmental person in general. So it's like, I'll just keep this to myself. And, I do the standard small town college queer thing of I bring my boyfriend home to family Thanksgiving one year, and I'm like, yeah, this is my
roommate.
Best friend.
Yeah.
We just hit it off. And, I wasn't hiding it too well. It was pretty funny watching all the adults be like, oh, that's nice. And every one of my cousins just be like, oh, okay, he makes a lot more sense now. But, fast forward a bit, it's after college, and there's an incident with my dad. We don't necessarily need to go into it, but he just does something really homophobic, not to me, but like just in general.
Ugh, I'm sorry. That's horrible.
Yeah, it sucks. But, I was visibly upset for the rest of the night. And my mom was just like, oh, what's wrong? I can tell something. What happened? And finally, I just, she just kind of badgers me and eventually I just said, like, yeah, you realize that I'm bi, right? I like dudes. And she had not noticed that.
Uh-oh.
And we have a very tense conversation the next day.
Uh-oh.
And it doesn't go the worst, but it was definitely just oh, okay, we're never going to talk about this again.
Yep.
Sort of
you
thing.
opened the door and then the door was immediately shut and locked and hopefully will never be opened again, which thanks, moms.
Yeah. But here's the thing. She eventually gets better. It takes a couple years.
Okay.
But
Wonderful.
Through media, Modern Family, all that stuff.
Sure.
Okay,
Little
yeah.
Will and Grace marathon never hurt nobody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and she eventually gets to the point where I can start joking about it with her. And then, oh, okay, she's not, freaking out. So I start talking about it more. And nowadays, I would say she's completely okay with it. She's, I can talk about it with her. I can joke about it with her. And she's completely accepting. So, yay, hooray, everything's great. Right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, but that's not the end of this story, Elle.
Yes. She has recently been trying to encourage me to come out to my dad, which is not something that I want to do.
Oh, damn. She's been keeping it a secret from your dad?
Yes.
Wow.
I was not expecting her to. That's kind of new information for me. But she, I'm uncomfortable doing that. And to her credit, she's not pushing it. She's just oh, he's a lot better than he used to be, but she isn't living with all of the lifetime of little comments I've picked up over the years.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's trying, in the process of that, she's trying to do the thing where she's acting like she's oh, the super accepting, totally like, we noticed that you were a sensitive boy as a kid, and we knew that, like,
right. A little revisionist history, if you will.
Interesting.
Yes. And she's like, oh, when you brought your boyfriend home that one Thanksgiving, like, we knew right then and there. And I just like, part of me is just like, bitch, you had no idea. Like, and I understand that, like, people want to act like they've always been as enlightened as they are now.
Of course. Oh, yeah. I feel like with growth comes the ability to then, like, shout how great you are to the masses, It's like, oh, I'm wonderful now. Maybe I wasn't that bad before, was I?
Right.
Yeah, she's trying to, like, reframe her own personal narrative a little bit in this. Yeah.
Yeah, and, like, I understand why. But at the same time, it's like, when I came out, you had this, like, intense negative reaction, and you don't want to, like, bring up someone's past, like, oh, hey, remember when you were a shittier version of yourself? Let's talk about that.
Right.
But at the same time, like, okay, do I confront her about this? Sort of say, like, hey, we have a history, and I don't want to, reopen old wounds, but let's talk about this. Or am I the bitch for, like, having that negative reaction and should I just, say, okay, this is as good as we're going to get? But
I love how you also said this was a low stakes. Who's the bitch? It feels pretty high stakes to me.
Of course it's high stakes.
Like your relationship with your parents.
Yes.
So you don't really feel.
But I would say I am at most, like, annoyed by this. It's not like, oh my God, I want to, it's not, I need to set a hard boundary with my mom because da-da-da-da-da. It's just like, hey, should I just confront her about this? Should I just let it slide and just be like, well, yeah, that's mainly why I'm calling in, just for advice on what to do. And, like, she's not actively being a bitch, but there's a passive bitchness there that I just don't know how to confront.
I do feel that talking to her about it is very important, because even the fact that you, like, of the way that you're discussing this with us, it sounds like you do, which understandably, as you should, have an issue with this. And I think that you should talk to her about it, because you never know if it's just going to build up and then it's going to become resentment over time. And you already had this great thing going with your mom. You should be able to open the door to that. I know that it was open before and then closed, but she's the one that opened it back up with having all of this revisionist history. So it's like, okay, before we go down the road of revisionist history, why don't we talk a little bit about like, oh, Mom, what was your perspective while I was going through that? And then listening to her and what her perspective is to explain how you don't agree with her with how she was acting, because she wasn't acting that way. And I think talking about it, even though communication within a family, believe me, I understand, it's very difficult sometimes. Yeah. And it kind of makes you want to be like, I just won't talk about any of it. But you're going to regret it over time. And
well, may I just ask, like, please, what do you think would make you feel better if she sort of apologized for her initial reaction? If she said, you know what? I realized that the way I acted when you first told me was not supportive, and I've really been trying these last few years to undo that reaction. But what you're saying is, yeah, but I haven't heard that apology, and so I'm, like,
it's not. Yeah, I get that. It's not that I'm looking for a like specific apology for the reaction when I came out. It's just more of an acknowledgement. Like, again, she has grown greatly as a person, and I want to have that be more the focus. And so, like, it's not, oh, this wound hasn't healed because you haven't apologized. It's just more like, hey, let's admit we weren't always the best to each other in the past.
Yeah. I think it's completely understandable to feel that way and want that. And I think to go after that because you deserve the apology.
I mean, I think you could also say to your mom, if she brings up the dad thing again, you could go, well, Mom, I don't know if you remember, if I could take you on a little trip down memory lane, you were not super supportive right out of the gate. And I'm sort of, you've come leaps and bounds. I'm so happy where we are today, but I'm a little bit wary about starting that whole journey over with another parent who I don't know is going to put the same amount of work in that you did. And maybe that'll get her to realize her own shit and realize that she needs to stop pressuring you about your dad, because I'm letting a little bit of my own personal experience come in here too, because I have a similar experience with my brother who is gay and my mother who's come a long way, and my father who's come less of a long way. Let's just say, you know,
real quick, Coco Bean does say, I think you can lead with the positive and share how you felt / feel. Your heart is 100,000% in the right place. And I think it's not letting it get to a point where you're so angry about it that you don't even know how to bring it up, because you are at a place where you are willing to talk and willing to get there, and maybe not so much with your dad, but it seems like you had a really good connection with your mom for a while. And man, I just feel like sometimes parents want to recreate how they feel about a situation, and they just need to be redirected a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, that makes total sense. It's just, I don't know, maybe I'm just too afraid of like there being too much of a negative reaction at first, and so I'm a little bit iffy about it. But yeah, I think just, okay, yes, what you say makes sense.
Like, I think if you could put it in the context of your dad and just be like, Mom, I love where we've gotten to, but you know, it didn't start that way at that place. And I'm worried that that's what's going to happen with Dad, and that he maybe doesn't have the same, whatever you think about your dad, that he doesn't have the same emotional tools, whatever you think, to actually get to where you are right now. I would like it, but I'm not banking on it. And that's why I'm not rushing to knock on the door to tell him about my truth, you know?
Yeah, that might be a good way of framing it, instead of just, because I'm going over potential ways to bring it up in my head. And I always, think, okay, I'm going to try to do the calm, like, Mom, I don't know if you remember this, but I know I'm going to be emotionally at the point of like, don't you remember when this happened? Like, yeah. So just trying to frame it more in like, oh, we're actually talking about me and my dad, but remember when you did this in the past? Like,
right.
Yeah, that would help a lot, actually, I think.
But also, Bogo Marie says something I find very interesting. I wonder what your mom would say about what helped her grow to where she is. That you could also ask in a positive way of like, how did you get to a point, essentially without asking it in this way of like, to making a revisionist history? Like, how did we get here? Like, what helped you after
what specific episode of Will and Grace was it, Mom, that radicalized you?
That allowed you to understand that I am not only wonderful the way that I am, but should be celebrated. And I hope that you do get celebrated by her and continue to, even with the revisionist history.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Elise Maid says from her perspective, she probably feels a little guilty for not always being supportive. And so maybe this is a little denial to protect her feelings.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's just, I don't want, my nightmare scenario would be like, me gently wading into it. And then my mom just like, explodes with guilt. Like, I obviously I want it to be more of a positive interaction rather than like any guilt or shame or anything like that, because you want to encourage people to grow and do all that. It's just, I have no idea how to do that.
It's not putting it on her, I think, at this point, which is a difficult thing to do because this is on her. But I think to get her to talk to you a little bit more, it is making it so much that it's the I phrases rather than of what she has done to you and what she is saying about you. And it is reverting back to the I phrases of how you feel about the situation, so that anytime she's giving you that guilt, that like tsunami of guilt, it's like, this isn't I'm not talking about you and what you're doing to me. I'm talking about how I feel.
Right.
Which is
annoying.
I know. I know boomers aren't always want to hear the I conversation. I understand that too.
Yeah, it's, I think, yes, with this framing of just having it be more about the like, hey, here's what positive things we can do with my dad, and use how she reacted as like an informant to that. Maybe I can, break that ice a little bit more without, bursting in and saying, Jacques Hughes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
how
yeah.
you go into the situation. And I know, honestly, even just of how you set up this whole call, we know that you can come at it from a way of not being like, you are doing those things.
Yeah.
And you don't need to be a Javert about it, even though I understand wanting to be like Javert about it.
Oh, it would feel so good. But, you know, I need to be better. Just need to be better.
You've got this, though. You've got
it. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
letting
so
us
much.
know, Elle.
Not the
Yes,
bitch. Thank you
Love
so
the
much for
podcast.
calling in.
You're not the bitch, you know.
You're like a Gwyneth Paltrow level on
You know
this.
how we
You
always
know what I
say
mean? Very low.
youth is the bitch, so is old age. I mean,
Yeah.
these fucking old boomers can't get out of their
booms.
own way.
So stubborn.
But
stubborn.
thank you so much. I hope it goes well. And I think we maybe have another caller.
We might have another caller.
Might have another caller. Yellow.
Thank you so much for calling Who's the Bitch. We want to find out who the bitch is in your life and whether or not it's you. Who
Is
are we
it
talking
you?
to? Uh-oh, Cass Reed's Tarot does say turns out to be human is to be the bitch.
Hello?
Hello, how are you? What's your name?
Well, I'm the chatter in the chat, just the silent goddess I was talking earlier.
You called!
Yay!
I'm so happy you called!
Yeah. So I've been having an issue with my brother-in-law.
Uh-oh.
And I just need to know who's the bitch.
Hit us. All right, let's get into it.
So basically, this has been going on for a while because this is partly something he has recently learned about himself. And it's just kind of needing our support, but also kind of turning into a shit show.
Ooh, okay. All right, tell us more.
So I think it's been about a year or a couple years. He had recently learned he has bipolar disorder. And I'm going to say I am also a mental health dumb bitch.
Unfortunately, we don't have a card that says that, but mental health dumb bitch. We'll get it going for next week.
Yeah, so it's like I've always said I'm unfortunately naturally a bitch. I have a resting bitch face and a tone that I feel like naturally sarcastic.
I understand.
Okay.
So this whole thing is that he will do things that pisses me off, and I try to be nice, but I come off bitchy. So from what I've understands is like the whole thing with bipolar disorder, they can have their highs and their lows. I don't know it very well. Unfortunately, it's a very
I got it, and that is the truth.
Yeah, and so he's told me before that a big thing is that they're terrible with money, and my brother-in-law is terrible with money.
Okay.
So he's constantly broke. He's constantly in between jobs, and he loves to ask my fiance to buy him shit.
Uh-oh. Your
And
brother-in-law's asking your fiance to buy them shit?
Mm-hmm. Like literally just the other day, we went out because which this is another thing. He likes to do just random excursions where it's like, no, please plan things. But no, we'll just go out and do random crap, whatever. And he was like, hey, let's go to a bar. Let's go have a couple drinks and maybe have some snacks.
Sure.
He's ordering and he's like, by the way, I'm broke. You guys got this, right?
Oh, that's not okay.
How old we talking? Give me an age range.
We're all in our 20s.
Okay. All right. It makes at least just a dab more sense then, because I feel like if you were about to be like, he's 62, I'm like, he should have learned better by now.
And he's your brother-in-law because he's married to your sister?
No, he's my fiance's brother. I just
Okay, got it. Oh, that's why he's asking.
Okay, so
that's
the
why he's
brother-
asking his
that-
own
Yeah,
brother for a bunch of
they
shit.
are
That makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
got
That
it.
makes sense.
Got
That
it.
makes sense.
And
Okay.
so he's always asking for money. He's always asking for him to hang out. And my fiance doesn't like it. And he's told him multiple times, hey, I don't like it when you want us to go out, I don't really want to tonight, and then you want us to spend money and yada, yada. Or he's like, okay, well, then we could just play video games together and we do stuff. And he's like, my fiance's like, I'm kind of doing my own thing. You just called me randomly. I'm doing my own thing. And he will start guilt tripping.
No. What kind of guilt trip are we
literally
using? Are we what is he pulling out here?
So they'll be on FaceTime and he'll hit him with the quiet, sad face.
Okay.
You're like, are you sure? Come on, don't be like this. We're brothers and such.
But just so I understand, your fiance doesn't want to hang out with his brother at all, or he just doesn't want to hang out when he has to pick up the bill, or he doesn't really want to hang with him?
It's mostly when he randomly wants to do something. We're planner people. We're like, hey, next Saturday we're off. You want to go out?
Yeah.
Not, hey, it's Monday evening. Let's go out right now. It's like, no, I got work tomorrow.
Right. Okay, got it.
Also, how close by does he live?
44 minutes, because we live in a small town and he lives in a big town nearby.
Oh
Or a
my
big city.
God. Oh, it's just like far enough away that how many times a week do you see this man? I'm very curious.
Not that much, but he does call almost every night, multiple times, to either just want to do shit or at least talk or play video games.
Does he have any friends? Is he lonely? Is this him reaching out where it's like maybe if it had nothing to do with the money stuff that like you would feel bad for him? Or no?
They have another brother.
Call the
My
fucking other brother,
has
will
a
ya?
boyfriend. He's got friends.
Just stop bothering me. I just feel like as someone that is I'm very close with my older brother, obviously. I live minutes from him, so I definitely probably could be seen as that, but I'm not always asking for like money and for him to do things for me. And I feel like this is giving very much like a whiny bro vibe and very much a like a but me vibe, which is really makes me immediately have the ick just thinking about that.
I don't really play video games has a good question that I was thinking of as well. Does he do this as well with the third brother?
Yes.
Or is your brother the one that he does? Or is
they're
your
not
guy?
that close.
Oh,
it's because
okay.
we're closer in age compared to their little baby brother. So I think that's because we're so close.
Okay.
He'd rather hang out with us. And it's just weird family things because they have different, I think it's because they have a different dad with the baby brother. It might be like that, but it's very weird how they're not, which I mean, personally, I'm the oldest of 5 and I'm not close to my siblings, but it's like.
So do you think that your fiance has already told him, hey man, like, you know, we don't do these last minute things. Like, should he have like a more serious sit down where he's like, hey man, you can't like ask me for these last minute plans. And also, if we're going to go out, you gotta like, you can't just spring on me that you're broke right when the check is coming or after we've ordered. Like, that's not cool.
Because you have to remember, like Poga Marie says, if you don't have boundaries in your 20s, you might not have much of a relationship in your 30s, 40s, etc. It's important to help keep this from becoming a source of resentment. And
this is just going to get worse if he doesn't get a full boundary talking to. And it might take more than one talk.
Yes.
Especially
from your fiance.
Yes, they have talked. They even have tried to have kind of a mediator with their mother. And he'll be like, my fiance will be like, hey, I don't like how he is treating me. I don't like how he's doing this. And unfortunately, mom is peacekeeper. So she's always like, well, you guys are brothers and you love each other.
Yeah, when you said mediator and mom in the same sentence, I immediately was like winced.
Yeah,
like that's not the mediator.
No.
I'm Cindy Lauper. My psoriasis was all over, even on my scalp, which may mean 4 times the risk for psoriatic arthritis. But Cosentyx works on both.
Cosentyx secukinumab is prescribed for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis 300 milligram dose and adults with active psoriatic arthritis 150 milligram dose. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, had a vaccine or plan to, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions and severe eczema-like skin reactions may occur. Learn more at Cosentyx.com or 1-844-COSENTYX. Ask your doctor about Cosentyx.
This summer, Instacart is bringing back your favorites from 1999 with prices from 1999. That means 90s prices on juice pouches that ought to be respected, 90s prices on box mac and cheese, and 90s prices on ham, cheese, and cracker lunches. Enjoy all those throwbacks and more at throwback prices, only through Instacart. $4.72 maximum discount per $10 of eligible items. Limit 3 offers per order. Expires September 5th while supplies last. Discount based on CPI comparison.
It's gotta be, I mean, honestly, I know that there's like financial things and stuff involved here, but like going to like a one-time therapy session or like some kind of mediator, like with an unbiased person could be great if you think that you're the brother will do it. It's just tough because you guys are in your 20s and like this is just such a time of figuring things out. Like I would like to give brother the benefit of the doubt that like in a few years he'll be like, man, I was annoying as fuck in my 20s. I'm sorry, man. Like I never had any money and I was using you as my like beanbag chair to just hang out with whenever I wanted. But like, yeah, you just kind of have to be, but I get it's frustrating for you and your guy. It's just
feel like sometimes
again, this is another youth is the bitch.
Yes, and
He's
sometimes
young.
Yes, you have to bop a sibling on the nose.
Boop.
Right, Gary? You have many siblings. Sometimes you gotta bop a sibling on the nose and be like, "Hey, get your fucking shit together. What the fuck is this?" Why
I mean, my siblings my younger siblings all have their shit together way more than I ever have. But I will just say, I agree.
This is now. Have they always had all their shit together?
Kind of.
Oh, wow. I don't know what to say about that. My siblings haven't.
But listen, I'm just saying, but like, yeah, I've had friends like this though. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or like, even if it's not siblings, it's like, but the sibling bond is strong. And it does sound like he doesn't have any boundaries because they have this mom that's always just like, you're brothers. Everything you do to each other is fine.
Yeah,
And
because he's complained about me to my fiance, calling me a bitch and saying how he's like, well, I don't really like you. I'm not really liking her anymore because she's always so snappy when we're hanging out. Well, I get snappy because you're trying to spend all my fucking money.
Yeah. Yeah. Man.
How old is the brother?
Okay, so me and him are 25 and my fiance is 22 or 23. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay. So
he's got so much.
He's
to
older.
learn.
He's the older brother. This brother-in-law is the oldest brother.
What?
This is defying all family dynamics. My mind is like, I'm trying to put together a Rubik's Cube right now in my head. Okay. He's the older brother and he leans really hard on his middle brother and he does it exactly. Czar said it's like she's stealing you away from me. I'm sure there's resentment towards you just for the fact that you're taking up space in his brother's life. And he obviously wants a part. And I think it's like, he just needs to be explained. I want to be a part of your life. You obviously want to be a part of my life. If you want that, here are my boundaries and here's what you need to do. And if you don't do that, I hate to tell you, you're not going to be able to be a part of my life. This is my partner. I can't have you calling her a bitch.
That's it.
This is my financial situation. I can't be spending all my money on you. This is how I like to do things. I like to plan things out. Why don't you and I get like something on the books that's like every other week we do X or whatever.
Love that.
Or, like let's start putting, but the thing is like your fiance's 23. So we're asking a lot of him as well.
Yes.
Because like, I don't mean to gender stereotype, but like also these are men. So it's like, let's put back even a few more years on the, you know what I mean?
I do love, Carnage Eve does say there's always one sibling that needs to be on a leash. They don't get boundaries.
And
but
it's
you
Henry.
need to set them, and it's obviously Henry.
Oh, yeah.
My brother boss. I'm putting him on a leash. He hasn't been on a leash in at least 40-something years.
If you talk about money with him. If you're like, hey, maybe let's not spend money. He's like, you don't need to tell me how to take care of my money.
Okay.
Then you should go figure out how to take care of your money because obviously you're not taking care of it because you're asking us to pay for everything.
Yeah.
And that immediately, the second someone else starts paying for your life, they start, unfortunately, having an opinion on how you live yours. That's just how it goes. And you don't want it. And usually at those times, you don't want anybody else's opinion, but that's just how it goes. The brother-in-law is getting the opinions he doesn't fucking want because he's asking for things that you guys shouldn't give.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, it's going to be embarrassing enough to have your brother every time going, yeah, we'll meet you out at the bar or for wings or whatever. Do you have money to cover your bill? Because I'm strapped right now. I can't cover you, even if that's a lie. It's going to get pretty infantilizing for him to constantly be asked like that So it's either, I don't know, change your fucking ways, you know?
Dude, but thank you so much for calling
Yeah, thank you for calling. God, that's complicated. But
I hope that your fiance, I hope that they have a conversation. I hope you're able to create some boundaries because this guy ain't going nowhere. And you got to figure out how you and your fiance are going to be dealing with this relationship moving forward. Because now you guys are working as a team and you just need to be on the same team as your fiance and you guys work on it together. But he needs to talk to him.
And he's got to tell him he can't be calling you a bitch and snappy.
No. I'm a little hoarse.
You're like, that's your future sister-in-law, bitch.
You don't talk about you like that. Thank you so much for calling in, though.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you got. Do you feel good now that you got over? You were scared of calling, and we're so happy that you called in. But I want
Silent
you to call
Goddess
back.
broke
I feel
her silence.
So free.
Yes.
I feel lifted in the air.
I'm telling you, it feels free to call Who's the Bitch, everybody.
With a bitch beneath your wings. Yeah, Silent Goddess, good job. Thank you so much for calling in. Have a great rest of your day. And I hope that works out. I will say, I used to have a brother-in-law ex from an ex. And man, we lived with him because he didn't have any money. And he kept fucking somebody on the toilet and breaking our toilet. And when you live in New York City, it's really hard to get your deadbeat landlord to come over and fix your toilet because your brother-in-law keeps fucking on it till it breaks the toilet. But that's not what I have to deal. Yeah, everybody on the toilet. Who's the bitch then?
He was probably like, what was he living on the couch, and that's why he couldn't fuck on the couch? He had to go to the toilet.
No, they had a room. No.
Why is he fucking on the toilet?
Because he liked it better. He thought it was more fun.
He's a dirty little baby bitch.
He thought it was more fun.
All right, I think we have another call.
Not even on the counter. All right,
I hear the ring-a-ding-a-ding. The toilet is the bitch. Hello.
Uh-oh. Eye exam. Is that a D or an O?
I know. I'm literally like, is that a D or an O?
I'm just calling you D. Hello. Hey, Do. How are you?
Thank you for zooming in.
Thank you, Eric, because we couldn't see it. Hey, D. How are you? Who's the bitch in your situation? And is it you? Let's find out.
Oh, my gosh. Hi. I have a camera.
Yay.
Oh, my God. Hi.
Oh, my God. A cutie finally turned on their camera. We felt like so weird.
Are you hiding from someone underneath a mattress somewhere?
It's a bunk bed.
It's not even a bunk bed. It's just high up. And
a lofted bed. It's a lofted bed.
Okay.
Yeah. It's something like
Hell
that. It's good.
Thank you so much for calling in. All right, what's going on?
Okay, so this is kind of like a lore in my friend group at this point, which I think is kind of exciting.
Okay.
So basically, I'm 22 and I'm a happily married man. I know I'm very young. And
oh my God! Congratulations!
Thank you. I know weddings are a big thing on this show. Let's say that. So my partner and I got married in June of 2024, fairly recent.
Congrats!
And thank you. Both of us were very young, 22 and 21 respectively. And so we were like, okay, we're going to elope and host our own wedding. When I say host our own wedding, I mean like we paid for everything.
Whoa, paid for everything. Oh my God, good for you. 22 years old, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We like rented a little Airbnb. Some of my friends came over, like my college friends, a friend of mine, like my college friend officiated. It was so great. It was so lovely. Had a lovely time all together. But then there was the one person.
Oh, gotta have the story, God, right? There's always one.
So, like I mentioned, we host our own wedding. And this is like very important throughout the story. Sorry, I keep emphasizing it. But so we got to the Airbnb and we still had to go food shopping because we're cooking everything. And so we're like, okay, cool. This one person, I don't even fucking care. Her name's Clarice. I don't care.
Drop the name, bitch.
Like, fuck this bitch. Like, she's such a con.
Right. Can you still hear the lamb screaming, Clarice? Yes.
For real. So she's the Costco holder. She's the Costco card holder of the group.
Okay.
Very important.
Great, we're going to go to Costco, grab a bunch of stuff. It's 12 people. This is iconic. This is perfect. The day comes around, it's chill, it's whatever. We're running late. There's no big deals. Like, we don't have anything planned in the day. The only other thing that day is I got to pick someone up from the airport.
Okay.
Whatever. It's the 2 days before my wedding.
Wait, 2 days before, but you had to pick up the person? Sorry, I don't mean to harp on that, but I'm I'm just saying, I'm getting on the logistics here. Like, somebody else couldn't have done that, but that's fine. I'm sorry. Please continue.
No, it's okay. It was so funny, though. So nothing happening that day, just a Costco trip. Clarice is running late. Whatever. Nothing's happening that day. She's the Costco card holder. We have to wait for her. We have a great time at Costco. It's whatever. We get the shit. Blah, 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 blah. That night's fine. Next day, got to get the last things from Whole Foods. Fucking Whole Foods. Got to get the last few things from Whole Foods. Shouldn't be a big deal. Shouldn't be a big deal at all.
Oh, no.
Everyone that morning, I gather them around. I'm like, hey, we have to leave for Whole Foods at this time precisely because my partner has a nail appointment. It's the day before my wedding. Like, there is a schedule to be had today. 10 minutes before we're supposed to leave, I clear it with everyone. Okay, everybody ready? We're going in 10 minutes. We're driving away in 10 minutes. Mind you, there are 2 other cars at the house. Everybody's a licensed driver. Whole Foods is maybe 15 minutes away, so it's not like you're being abandoned forever. Everybody's like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm ready. Clarice is like, I need 5 minutes. Sucks to be you. We're driving away if you're not in the car. She didn't end up being in the car.
Oh, no.
So we drive away. We're at Whole Foods. We're like 3 minutes away, and I get a call, and she's borderline in tears. She's like, where are you guys? What happened? I'm like, girl, we went to Whole Foods.
You just left.
We're going to Whole Foods. You can take my car. You can take my partner's car. You're more than welcome to join us. There's like no pressures. We just have to go.
Yeah.
Let's go into the Whole
There's an
Foods.
appointment later in the day. We had a great time at Whole Foods. It was fun. Whatever. We get back. Clarice, nowhere to be found. Where is she? She's crying on the fucking toilet and has locked herself in the bathroom.
Another toilet grifter? Well, maybe she's not a grifter, but well, she's crying on the toilet.
It's not about you, Clarice. Get your shit together.
Thank you. Precisely.
How do you get her out of there? What are we doing?
It's the day before my wedding. I'm sorry. I like to emphasize that this
You're
is
like,
the day
I
before
don't
my
have fucking
wedding.
time for this. Somebody else figure this out.
This is, by the way, like classic Housewives. They do this on Housewives all the time. They leave on purpose. On purpose, like the show. Like a person will just be an hour late for the Sprinter van that's trying to take them to some fucking safari.
You're waiting on them.
And they'll just be like, you're taking an Uber, bitch. Sorry.
Literally.
Fucking figure it out.
Literally.
Yo, so what happened?
So her friend Claudia goes in and is like, hey, what's going on? Like, are you okay? She's like, can you get Spencer in here? My name's Spencer. Can you get Spencer in here? I need to talk to him. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I go into the bathroom. She's in floods of tears. I felt so abandoned that you guys went to Whole Foods without me. You know that I've been dealing with stuff. I currently have, she has eczema. She had like a flare up at the time.
Oh my
She's like,
God, not fucking eczema. Are you kidding me?
Wedding.
You did not just say eczema, and I'm saying that as somebody with eczema. Here's some eczema I have right here on my fucking elbow.
Eric, she's the
Give me a break with the eczema.
What are we
You know I've
talking
been
about
dealing
here?
with stuff. I thought you were about to throw out a death in the family. Eczema?
Eczema?
Get an ointment, bitch. Oh my God.
This is the type of person that just defines helplessness but refuses to do anything about it.
Ugh, puke.
So yeah, she's crying in the bathroom. She's like, I think I'm going to go home. Okay, fine. You didn't drive yourself here. Your boyfriend, who I hate, whole different story. He's not invited to my wedding. But he's allowed to come pick you up. Like, he's not allowed to be here. I will not speak with him. I will not engage with him. But if he wants to quietly drive his ass up here, pick you up, you and your dog can go home. Great. That's fine by me.
Yes, Spencer. What'd she say?
She was not expecting that answer. She was not expecting that answer.
I bet not.
And for the rest of the night, just proceeded to be like kind of closed off and like quiet. It was borderline a rehearsal dinner. All of my college friends have flown in. A bunch of people who have never met each other are meeting each other for the first time. We're eating Thai food. Like, it was so chill. And she's just being so closed off and reserved and like cold.
That's on her, man. That is her.
I honestly, I wish, like, some people are in the comments going, oh, this is such like young people problems or whatever. And that's like, maybe that's true because you guys are all young and beautiful, I'm sure. But there's people like this at every wedding. There's people at like weddings like this until you're you can get married in your fucking 80s and there'll be some 70-year-old at the wedding going, why are people not paying attention to me? I have psoriasis. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, people there really are people that just can't handle when things are not about them or they can't be centered in a story. And Clarice, I hate to say, that could be like, you could grow out of that. That might not be her whole life that she's like that. And she might be like, oh man, in my 20s, I was such a narcissist. Let's hope, let's pray for Clarice.
Spencer, for those just listening, Spencer just shaking her head. Just like,
let's pray that Clarice's narcissism and eczema clear up into her 30s. But like, that's just classic what this is. She's not, it has nothing to do with you guys leaving. It has nothing to do with anything. It's like, it has to do with, she did not like that all the attention was going to a place that was not her. That's it.
It's just, I feel like, honestly though, not even to be like this, I feel like any wedding I went to in my 20s was so rife with drama.
Yeah.
Like, there was so much drama. And then for someone that got married in my 30s, and most of my friends got married in their 30s, it's insane how that just changes over time. And I think mostly because you grew up and we got rid of all the friends that were going to do that fucking shit at our weddings.
Yeah.
But it was definitely there at all of the weddings we went to in our 20s. That's for damn sure.
But let's get down to it, Spencer. How much do you like Clarice on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, let's get rid of her.
Like, before this even happened, was she one of your closies? Because it's like she has a boyfriend that you hate.
She was my best friend. Like, the very synopsis, like the short synopsis is I switched schools, moved across the country halfway through my freshman year of high school. She was the only friend that I had that first semester.
Okay.
And then she left. And so like we had this weird like 1 semester of friendship together. And then after that, it was like kind of on and off. She had this terribly abusive boyfriend for a few years. And I was like, hey, I hate him. But like when you're ready to come away from that, like I'm going to be here. I'm going to love and support you.
Right.
Did I do that? Of course.
Yeah.
2%. Like you can be a bitch, but you still don't deserve to be in an abusive relationship.
God, I love you, Spencer. Because you're right. Nobody fucking deserves that. You're so fucking right. But also, where are we now? Like, where are we now with Clarice? Are you guys still talking? Don't talk.
No.
Wait, from
I
this,
lived with
from
her
this?
low key. Like, I really wish that I was joking, but low key.
Like, was there ever a part on the wedding later, like when the wedding festivities actually got going? Because I know you said like through the rehearsal dinner she's being closed, all this stuff. But when the wedding got going, was she trying to like groove up to you on the dance floor and be like, "I love you so much. We're all here having fun." It was like, it was forever changed.
No.
Forever changed after the Whole Foods moment.
It was real awkward. And then like, I'm young. I was living with her for the summer. She had an extra room. Rent was really, really affordable for someone 22.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
She didn't clean the house at all. She has a dog. The dog would piss everywhere. I'd clean up the dog.
Well, I know where the eczema is coming from now, but go on.
Oh my God. Claire Piss, more like. Yeah, I said it. It's fine. Thank you for laughing, Kira.
Nice job, John.
I'm upset for you, Spencer. And I just want to say thank you so much for calling in because I didn't know that I needed my blood pressure spiked right here at the very end. No, wait. I love it.
Wait, so like when you say this has become like lore with your friends, do you mean like now when somebody's like trying to kind of like be over dramatic and pull focus, or are they like you're veering into Clarice territory here?
No, it'll just be like, guys, let's not have a Whole Foods moment.
Let's not have a Whole Foods moment.
Or like when someone's like running really
late. It has fucking nothing to do with Whole Foods. She's honestly probably low-key upset also that you're in this happy relationship and that this whole weekend is a celebration of that relationship when she's got this shitty boyfriend that's not even invited because everybody fucking hates his ass.
Literally.
Oh, Clarice.
Now, Shulis does say she sounds very immature and emotionally insecure. It's nice that you were kind in regards to holding space for her during her bad relationship, but until she's grown and can reach back out as a grown-up, you're better off without her. Shulis, I mean, well, you said it all right there for us.
Would you be open? Would you be open if she came back to you like in a year or so, like apologies and like kind of a changed person?
How do we feel?
I feel like it would need some groveling.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not.
Or do people ever truly
forever.
change? That's another question.
They do. I think
like you got to grovel, and you're never gonna be like my ride or die. I was in a shipwreck, and I called her. Like that's never gonna happen again.
Yeah. Wait.
I'm sorry. You were in a literal shipwreck?
Yeah, like a literal shipwreck.
Oh my God, you're just like Jack and Rose on the Titanic.
Oh my God, what?
I imagine it might have been a little different than the Titanic. But wait, you called her after the shipwreck? What happened with the shipwreck? I know we gotta go. We are about to get out of here.
No, okay. Sorry. Okay, so it was February of 2024. I'm part of like the sailing club at my college, and we were on a sailing trip in Long Beach. The weather was like kind of whack, but the like experienced sailors were like, nah, it's good. We can still go.
Okay.
What ended up happening was the mast of the ship snapped and we got stuck on the like ocean side of the breakwater.
Shit.
Yeah. So just like 4-6 foot waves kept smashing this like 14 foot, 20-foot boat. It's a sailboat.
Mysterious fathoms below. Oh my God.
Yes, the ocean is the bitch. What ended up happening?
I mean, the boat sank.
How did you get
Everybody
out?
made it off with their life.
Did you guys swim
Thankfully,
for
I think-
it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm terrified of water, Spencer, and I don't know if you know this about me, but thinking about that makes me want to have a panic attack for you in your stead.
Thank you. I mean, you can look it up. It's a Long Beach sailing shipwreck from February of 2024.
Oh my God.
And then 4 months later, you were getting married. What a year for you. Shipwreck into marriage, into Whole Foods.
Yeah,
too.
really big year for you.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for calling. You have the best eyebrows of anyone that's ever called us.
Yes.
And
Thank you. You guys are so kind.
Everybody in chat's been
you
talking
just
about
kept
how great
throwing,
you are.
I mean,
Yes.
eczema, shipwrecks. That call just really took us in a lot of different
Gave us
directions, and I really
everything.
appreciate it. Oh, somebody shared the link. Somebody shared the link to your
Already
shipwreck.
found it. Already found
LPN.
the shipwreck.
It was.
Yes. Already found the shipwreck.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. Zoom in as Spencer. You can't zoom
Claire,
in. I want to
says,
see
Spencer, we love you.
Oh my God, Spencer, thank you for calling in.
I'm so happy you're okay. I know that you didn't call in about the shipwreck, but can I just say I'm so happy that you're great after the shipwreck?
Listen, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Spencer. Thank you. You know what? Do us a favor. Shoot us an email if Clarice ever gets back into your life. But I think until then, you are avoiding those Whole Food moments and just living your best life with your partner and your friends that aren't losing it. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You deserve everything.
God.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Spencer,
you.
for calling in, and we wish you the best. Come hang out with us at our next live, and let us know whatever ends up happening, because I am so curious. Oh, baby, I love lore. I love friend lore. I love hearing.
I was in a shipwreck, and you were the first person I called, and you threw it away over a trip to Whole Foods. Bye, Clarice. Adios. Have the lamb stop screaming, Clarice. They have at Whole Foods. They got pork chops over there. Lamb chops, whatever.
I love that. I feel like I love the name Clarice, and I love just being. I know
it's
she's
a
not
bitchy
evil
name for sure,
necessarily, but it's a fun, evil person name.
But we love you guys.
Silent Goddess does ask in the end, should I shipwreck my brother-in-law to fix his money problems? I love it. Shipwreck him now.
Shipwrecks are the new answer. Guys, thank you so much. And don't forget, new episodes of the pod drop every Wednesday. Tune in. Our next live stream is March 24th. We'll be back. For you to get a chance to call in on the 24th, and or otherwise go to who'sthebitch.com for other ways to drop us a line.
Please do. We love hearing from you guys, and we especially love hearing from you live. Yes, who'sthebitch.com.
Yes. Take care of each other and take care of your eczema.
Oh
Good
my
night,
God.
everyone.
Balls.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.